Hello and welcome. Welcome to GLOBIT, digital banking with global Bitcoin. GLO is short for global and BIT is short for Bitcoin. So put the two together and we have GLOBIT. So thank you for coming to this web page. You've either been referred personally by me or perhaps one of the leaders in my team. And so I'm going to keep this video as short as possible. And the reason I'm going to keep it short as possible that is because I realise that people are very busy. They also have a very short attention span when learning things for the first time. And as far as cryptocurrency is concerned, or digital currency, it is a very misunderstood market that many people right now have an opinion, but that's all they do have. An opinion, because they have no personal experience. Now, I'm going to take you through this web page and I'm going to introduce you to different ways of creating financial benefit from employing the use of cryptocurrency. I'm going to keep it as simple as possible. Now, what qualifies me to be explaining all about cryptocurrency? Well, as you can see, my name is Malcolm Pennington and my background is primarily in the real estate market, albeit that I did have 4.5 years working as a financial advisor, working in the expat community of Abu Dhabi in the Middle East. And I was advising the expats who were earning high tax-free salaries on how to invest their tax-free income, to produce long-term benefits for pensions and investment, etc. But I came to Spain 20 years ago now, and I've always had a comfortable lifestyle, put it that way. But when I came to Spain 20 years ago, in November 2000, I think it was 2009, was it? 20 years ago, it will be 20 years this year in November, and here we are in February. I actually came with £20 to my name. Okay, so you might say, well, what can you do with £20? And what I did was I started, believe it or not, a property business. And within 3 to 4 years, I was actually employing 164 staff, selling thousands of properties in Spain as one of the market leaders, and was also nominated by the Which magazine in the UK, which for those who don't know is a consumer association, nominated as the best property company in Spain, providing property viewing tours. And my average weekly outlay in terms of marketing was about £50,000 or £60,000 per week. Now, the reason I'm saying that is I don't know where you stand financially right now, but I'm sure you've probably got more than £20 to your name. And the reason I'm saying that is it really doesn't matter where you stand financially, because it's what you do with your finances that really determine your future. And many people, make the excuse, oh, well, I don't have the capital, I don't have the time. In reality, we can make the time, and in reality, we can find the capital if we need to, even if you only have to find £20 in my case. Okay, so that's a perfectly true story, and I think it's relevant to this. But another thing that I think is relevant with my property background is because with property, we've always been led to believe that property is a good investment. And I would question that. And the reason I would question it is, let's look at the recession we had in 2008. Now, properties around the world, or certainly in Europe and Western Europe and the USA, all came crashing down. And in fact, in Spain, property values across the board fell by an average of 40 to even 50%. And it's taken 10 years to return to anything like normal. And in fact, the property values are still down on what they were back in 2008. So buying property is fine, whether you're buying property in the UK or Spain or wherever, but it's really a long-term investment. And you can only realise that benefit when you physically sell that property. And in the meanwhile, you've got possibly mortgage costs, you've got running costs. If you rent it out, you've got problems with tenants perhaps who may not pay their rentals. So that's the problem with property. And yet, because we've been led to believe that property is a good investment, people don't think twice when it comes to putting 100,000 cash into a property and borrowing the remainder. But what could you do with that money if you put it elsewhere? Well, I'm going to give you some examples of what you could do, not just with 100,000, but what you might have achieved if you'd have employed maybe 10,000 or even 1,000. Or what about if you'd have employed maybe $50 or something like that? What would have happened if you'd have put that into cryptocurrency? So I'm hoping that this video is going to open your mind to possibility, and you might stop listening to people who have an opinion, the people that you socialize with, maybe the people that you work with, or maybe the people that you drink with, or maybe the people in your family, all these people that say cryptocurrency is just a balloon, it's going to collapse. Well, I'm going to show you why, in my personal opinion, I don't think that that's going to happen. I'm going to show you some really, really amazing returns that some people have enjoyed by being a part of this cryptocurrency market. And the reason I'm talking like this is I've had such a fantastic experience in the 3.5 years that I've been involved. I thought, wouldn't it be a great idea if perhaps I could put a business together which would share my personal experiences of how I got involved and how I went on to create a fantastic income in this new cryptocurrency market, and if I could share that with as many people as possible. And that's exactly what I'm doing right now. In fact, if you'd like to join me and my team as a promoter, promoting the GLOBIT concept, we're expanding right now around the world. I'm going to show you at the bottom of this page here, we have a section for those who want to be involved in the promotion. This bit here, look, join our team as a promoter. This is a little training video, but my business colleague here on the video, who has already made millions from, not just from this type of business, but more specifically, he's made millions from owning cryptocurrency the last couple of years. He's showing people like you, people like me, how we can create phenomenal incomes just by sharing this business. And if you can find 3 people that think likewise, that you would choose to work with, and these people are both teachable, they have energy, they have vision, and they're prepared to work and look for 3 like-minded people themselves, then together we can build an organization. And starting off with 3 people and using the geometric growth, 3 becomes 9, 9 becomes 27, 27 becomes 81, 81 becomes 243, and after 8 months you've got more than 10,000 like-minded people within your organization that you're generating an indirect team commission from. So if that sounds interesting, do watch that training, but more importantly, get back to the person here who is on this page. Now, these are my contact details here, but you've probably been referred by someone in my team, so get back to the person who referred you to this web page, and they will show you how to join our team. Okay, and before I do start talking, I'm also going to refer you to the fact that this is an unregulated market, and being unregulated means that you do have to be responsible for your decisions. And past performance is no future indicator of future growth, and you can lose money. And in fact, in certain cases, you can lose all the money that you invest in this kind of marketplace. So we cannot be responsible for your choices, and we are definitely not giving any financial advice, because me personally, I'm not qualified to give you financial advice. So at the bottom of the video, on the web page here, we've got a disclaimer. So do read all of the disclaimer because past performance, as I mentioned, is no guarantee of future results. Okay, so that being said, let me continue on this web page. I would like you to scroll down and read all this information. Hopefully you'll find that all very relevant. And we're going to show you how to make money with Bitcoin, of course. It doesn't matter whether you're an experienced Bitcoin investor. If you are, that's great because it means that you know all about Bitcoin wallets, and you're probably looking for a home, as it were, for your Bitcoin, and we can show you how to multiply your Bitcoin better than you would do anywhere else. So that's great if you do have some experience. If you haven't got experience, we will show you how to open a Bitcoin wallet, and I'll show you that a little bit later on in the video. I'm going to show you how to make money with cryptocurrencies, and primarily we're going to show you how to make money from the mining of cryptocurrency, the trading, the saving, and we've even got what we call robotic trading. So in terms of trading, you can do it either manually with trading signals that you're going to receive on a daily basis, or better still, you can do it with robotic trading, where you keep all your Bitcoin in a separate account where it is perfectly safe, and it is traded automatically through what we call an API integration. So you never have to give your money to anybody to invest. You keep all your money, but it's traded automatically with a robot. And also we can send you an ICO report. What's an ICO? Well, it's initial coin offering. And with all these digital currencies, which we're going to be talking about in a moment, they all come onto the market on pre-sale. And what that means is you can buy these coins as a token before they've physically gone onto the exchange for a fraction of their future value. Now, I'll give you an example. I bought a coin in November of last year, and my token, I purchased for 1 cent, and that coin, which is now available on the exchange, is now available for 8 cents. And in fact, it's predicted to go up to $1, maybe $10, maybe $20, maybe $100. And so that's going to be a fantastic return on my outlay. It's already shown an 800% or more return, and I invested in that coin in November of 2017. Now, this report, as you can see there, it quoted 7 ICOs in December, and had you have invested $300 into each of those ICOs, making a total of 2,100, those ICOs in February of this year would be now worth 48,000. Okay, so an outlay of 2,100 with a present day value of 48,000 and still rising. So do get hold of these ICO reports, and I'll show you how to do that later in the video. We're also going to show you, as I mentioned, how to trade cryptos and Forex, and so that's all the manual trading. And once you've learned how to trade, you've actually got a skill for life. But we go one stage further. We show people how to copy and paste. So once you've opened your trading account, all you have to do is copy the trading signal that you're going to receive on a daily basis, paste it into your account, and wait for the profit. Sometimes they're not all winning trades, but generally they are, and that's what trading cryptos and Forex is all about. Then here, of course, we've got a famous quote from Warren Buffett, who I think has a net worth of something like $140 billion. He's one of the wealthiest individuals in the world, who's made his money from trading the financial markets, and says, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will work until you die. Now, we all know, busy people are busy working. They have family lives, they've got business lives, they might have more than one job. So I'm sure you're here today watching this video. You're not looking for more work, you're probably looking for more time and more income. And that's why many people don't just have one job, they might have 2 jobs, they might have 3 jobs, the partner might be in work, and of course, there aren't enough hours in a day to get rich. What you really need is you need to be putting less time in, but you need a system. And that's what we have with the GLOBIT Academy. We have a system whereby you can create passive income in the cryptocurrency market without any physical work. You don't have to recruit people, you don't have to sell anything. But if you want to join our promotion team and help build a team, then of course selling and recruiting is involved. But there is no personal selling involved, because all the people in our team have a copy of this web page. And if you can share this web page, including this video of mine, with people that you know, whether it be friends, family, acquaintances, business contacts, I'm sure some of those people are going to be interested. And as I mentioned before, you're only looking for 3 special people that you can choose to work with, and vice versa. Of course, if you can find more than 3, so much the better. But essentially, you're looking for 3 people who want to take action in this new exciting market. So more information there. This is if you want to become a digital currency consultant. It's a marketplace that is exploding right now. People are looking for information. There's really no competition. So why not jump on board with the GLOBIT Academy and take your position as a person of integrity in your local area. You can work locally, nationally or internationally, just simply promoting this web page and generating the benefit. Okay, so I think we've covered all these sections at the bottom. Let me go through this chart here. This is really, really important if I haven't done this already. This really is important. So we've covered the, if you'd like to be a promoter, here are the contact details of the person who referred you to this web page. And I'm now going to show you this chart here, because you will have listened to the media. You possibly might have read articles in the local newspaper. You might have spoken to people who've got an opinion. But, you know, I've spoken to many people who have an opinion. But then when you ask them, do you have a wallet? They say no. So that's a bit like saying I've got driving experience when you've got no driving license. Do be very careful about who you listen to in terms of financial advice. So this is a very simple chart that shows what would have happened had you have owned digital currency over the last 12 months. So as you can see here, past performance. View how all the most popular cryptocurrencies appreciated in value between January 2017 and January 2018. Imagine if you could produce even better results. And we're going to show you later on in this video how you could generate better results than just simply owning digital currency. So looking at Bitcoin, for example, we're going to talk about Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin and Ripple. Now, many people think that Bitcoin is the only cryptocurrency. Well, it's not the only, because I'm going to show you in a few minutes there are more than 1,500 different cryptocurrencies, and these are 4 of the most popular ones. But there are in reality more than 1,500 different cryptocurrencies. So, had you have opened an account back in January 2017, the value of Bitcoin was worth $963.66 per Bitcoin. And in January of this year, January 2018, the value had appreciated to $14,112.20. So what does that mean in terms of annual percentage growth? It's a percentage growth of 1,464%. Now, I know some people don't fully understand percentages, but what that means is your money multiplied 14 times. Now, if you look at most people, they think that putting money into a building society or into a deposit account in a bank is fine. But, you know, why put it into a bank or a building society where you might be getting 1% per annum, when if you'd have put it into Bitcoin, you wouldn't have got 1% per annum, you would have got 4.01% per day. That's 7 days a week. How did we calculate that figure? Well, if we divide 1464 by 365 days, which is 365 days in a year, it works out at 4.01% per day. So that's absolutely fantastic. And I'm going to show you in this video how you could generate not that return, but a lot more than that. Okay, so you might be wondering how. So stay with the video and you'll learn how you can generate those returns and even better still. Ethereum. Now you might not have heard about Ethereum, but Ethereum is another digital currency, and in January 2017 it had a value of $7.98. January this year it was worth $755.76, and that had an annual percentage growth of 9,470%, which means that your money would have multiplied 94 times. And that means an average daily return of 26% per day. Can you imagine that? Putting money into Ethereum and seeing your money appreciate by 26% per day. Litecoin, that was worth $4.33 in January 2017. This year, January, 12 months later, $231.67, an annual percentage growth of 5,350%. That's 53 times the growth over the 12 months. And Ripple, that's even better. You could have bought Ripple for just 0.006523. That's not even 1 cent. And in January of this year, it had a value of $2.30. Now that, in total, was a 35,259% growth on the initial outlay, which means your money would have accumulated 352 times over the 12 months. So just looking at Bitcoin, for example, you know, 100,000 that people might willingly put into investing in property. What would the returns be in property over 5 years? As I mentioned before, they might even go down in value, so you might lose money. But, you know, here we are, we've got an example of Bitcoin, of how your money would have appreciated by over 1,400%. That's 14 times. So therefore, if you'd have had 100,000 invested in Bitcoin, your 100,000 today would be worth 1.4 million. Okay? What happens if you'd have had 10,000? That would be worth 140,000. What happened if you'd started with 1,000? Still be worth 14,000. Okay, so the returns are quite phenomenal, and many people have become millionaires, multimillionaires, and some have even become billionaires. Now, why is it that these currencies are appreciating, and is it real money? Can you actually buy these coins? Can you actually sell them? And can you convert these cryptocurrencies back into dollars, pounds, euros, or your chosen fiat currency? Well, to answer that, I'm going to take you through to a website here called CoinMarketCap. I'm just going to show you here. This is the website here, and this is an exchange which shows all the different cryptocurrencies. So as you can see here, coinmarketcap.com. And on here, we've got over 1,500, as you can see here, 1,531 different cryptocurrencies. And the market value of all these cryptocurrencies is currently just less than $500 billion. And these are all listed in numerical order. So at the top of the list, we've got Bitcoin because it is the most valuable in terms of market cap. The market cap for Bitcoin is $184,782,528,975. Okay, so what is the market cap? Well, it's the number of coins in circulation, which is 16,895,175, multiplied by the present value, which is $10,937. So if you multiply all those coins by the present value, that gives us the market cap. And here is a chart, which if you click on that chart, you'll be able to see the historical data for Bitcoin over the last 24 hours, over the last 7 days, over the last 3 months, over the last month, 6 months, 12 months, or even the all-time history. And you can see even in the last 24 hours, Bitcoin has appreciated by 2.01%. And the other coins that we talked about on the page, if you remember, we talked about Bitcoin, we talked about Ethereum, we talked about Ripple, we also talked about Litecoin. These are all listed on this exchange. Okay, and I'm going to show you in a moment where you can access further information about the cryptocurrency marketplace. So this is coinmarketcap.com. I recommend you do go there just to have a good look around that website and to generate more understanding of the marketplace. Now the next website I'm going to suggest is this one, which is coindesk.com. So that's coindesk.com. And here, this is a fantastic resource of information where you can click on these headlines at the top and obtain all kinds of information about all the different aspects about this new and interesting marketplace. So here, for example, Blockchain 101, we can find out all about Bitcoin. What is Bitcoin? How can I buy Bitcoin? How does Bitcoin mining work? How do Bitcoin transactions work? How can I sell Bitcoin? Blockchain, what is blockchain technology? All this about the blockchain. Then we've got information here about Ethereum, what it is. How do I use Ethereum? How does Ethereum work? All about the technology side of the business, the markets. This is an interesting one here, venture capital. Now let me talk about that for a second. Venture capital, if you think about all the venture capital companies from the main centres of the world, like San Francisco, New York, London, Tokyo, for example, who have invested literally hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars into cryptocurrency related companies, they've actually invested more venture capital into this marketplace in the first 9 years. That's between 2009 when Bitcoin was introduced and today 2018. They've invested more venture capital in the first 9 years of this marketplace than they invested in technology companies at the advent of the internet. So they clearly see a huge future in the cryptocurrency marketplace. And I can tell you that this is a completely new financial revolution. Now, either as an entrepreneur, we get in the marketplace at the beginning of the market, or we get in the marketplace at the end of the market. And just talking about property for a moment, I remember selling properties in Spain. This is before I came to live in Spain, because I did start selling properties in the 80s, believe it or not, when properties in Spain were only about £5,000 a piece. And many people then thought they were too expensive. So the time to get involved is when things are cheap. And the people who made the biggest money in the property market, certainly as far as Spain is concerned, are those people who not bought the properties or even sold the properties, are those people who bought the land. Okay, because the land now, I won't say it's scarce, but because of the demand, has become very, very valuable. And they are the wealthiest people in Spain right now, the people who own the land. They were poor farmers, but the land became valuable. So this is very similar in the cryptocurrency market, because you can own these crypto coins for very little outlay, and they're all generally appreciating in value. So do come here and develop some understanding about this marketplace so that you can, as I say, move forward with confidence, because you cannot make intelligent choices if you don't have any knowledge. And knowledge gives confidence. And when you've got confidence, you'll feel inclined to take action. And don't forget, I did mention that as a team, if you'd like to promote this as a business, and I can't think of a better business in the world right now than promoting cryptocurrency, you are going to require some knowledge, and you are going to require, most of all, some confidence. But talking about that for a moment, you're not going to really need too much knowledge, because this web page and this video is going to do all the selling on your behalf if you decide to join our promotion team. All you have to do is put this video and this web page in front of people that you know to start building your team. Okay, so let's go back to the main website. So we've looked at these different coins here, And I'm just going to scroll through this page again. So we've looked at all these different sections here. How to make money with Bitcoin. It doesn't matter whether you're an experienced investor or you're just starting out. You are going to do extremely well if you follow some of these recommendations. Of course, there's no guarantees, but I believe there's nothing better right now than following this trend, which it is. It's a global trend for the cryptocurrency market. I'm just going to talk for a second. I think this is important, of course. I'm not working to any script here, as you can see. I'm just going to explain to you right now something which everybody wants to know, and if you haven't already asked this question, I'm sure you will ask, why are these coins so valuable? This is a great question, so let me explain in as much detail as I possibly can. Digital currency is based on what we call a mathematical algorithm. It's a mathematical formula. And when these coins are introduced, mathematically speaking, the developers know how many coins can physically be produced. Now, in the normal financial market, the central banks around the world, if you're talking about the Bank of America or the Bank of England or the Bank of Spain or the Bank of wherever, if they require more cash in circulation, what do? Well, they go to the bank and they print some more money. And we all know, I think in the US, I think is it $21 trillion in debt, but that doesn't stop them from printing more money. And what happens with the printing of more money is the value of that money goes down and down and down, which is why we all need more wage increases, because things are becoming more expensive. So that is fiat currency, but that doesn't apply with cryptocurrency, because in terms of Bitcoin, there are, I think we saw on the coin market cap there on the website, there are less than 17 million coins in circulation. Now, mathematically speaking, when all the mining is finished, and it's estimated to take another 22 years until the year 2040, before all the mining is finished, there will actually be 21 million coins in circulation. So it's going to take another 22 years until they finish producing those remaining 4 million coins. And that is because it's a mathematical formula, it's a mathematical equation. And these equations are becoming more and more complex to solve, and the only things that can solve these mathematical algorithms, these equations, are very, very expensive, sophisticated computers, and that's why we now have what we call mining farms. And these mining farms are huge, huge warehouses full, absolutely full, with sophisticated computers which work 24 hours a day mining for these cryptocurrencies. And as I say, we all know that with each of these coins, how many are going to be in circulation when they've finished mining. So what's the relevance of that? Well, what it means is that in the case of Bitcoin, for example, the Bitcoin is in very, very limited supply, like all these digital currencies. And when you've got anything which is in limited supply, I would even go as far as to say scarce, and you've got a growing demand around the world, what normally happens with the value? Well, it doesn't matter if you're talking about real estate, it doesn't matter if you're talking about collector's cars, antiques, it could be jewellery, it could be a work of art, it could be a share on the stock market. Whenever it's in limited supply and there's a growing demand, the value will appreciate. And that's exactly why the value of Bitcoin right now is over $10,000 a coin, simply because it is scarce, because it is limited in supply, and because there's a growing demand. And I'm just going to talk about why there's a growing demand, because if you want to send money to anyone, anywhere in the world, you know, you've got to send it by bank transfer. And how long does it take for a bank transfer to arrive? Could take 3 days, it could take 4 days. I remember sending a bank transfer from the UK to India. I think my bank transfer was about £10,000. And it took about 3.5 weeks to get to India. And nobody could tell me in the meanwhile where my £10,000 were, other than that they were in the system somewhere and that they would hopefully arrive. So that obviously is not the best way of sending money, because it's A, not the quickest, and secondly, it's not the cheapest way of sending money either. And I'm just going to just talk for a second, because on here somewhere I do talk about things like PayPal. And PayPal was questioned when it first was introduced because people didn't trust it. But now, I don't know where it is on here somewhere, but you will find there's a section on here talking about PayPal. But anyway, they do something like 8 million transactions on a daily basis with online payments. And what you can do with Bitcoin is you can send money to anyone who has a Bitcoin wallet, and it will arrive almost instantly. And that's a little bit like, you know, communication. If you think about in the past, if we wanted to send a written form of communication to somebody, we used to send a letter, and that letter used to go into an envelope. We used to go to the post office and we'd post it, and if it was going to Australia, it could take a few weeks to get there. But now, of course, we don't think twice, we actually send an email. And this is very similar to Bitcoin. If you're going to send somebody some money, you know, why send it via a bank that's going to take a long time to get there, and it's going to be expensive, when you can send it like an email and it's going to get there almost instantly. And that's really what we're talking about. And that's why the demand is rising all the time, because of the convenience factor. And that hopefully will answer your question as to why it's so valuable. These different currencies have all got different purposes, but they're all based on the same thing. They're all limited in supply, and they've all got a growing demand. So I've talked about the web page. Let's talk about these different income streams, because we're going to show you how to do several things, which is the mining of cryptocurrency, the trading, and the saving. And we're also going to provide you with what we call an ICO report, which is an independent report which shows you the recommended ICOs to purchase. Now, what is an ICO? Well, it's initial coin offering. And before these digital currencies go on the exchange, they are available as an ICO on pre-sale, where you can actually purchase them as a token. And when the coin goes listed on the exchange, as we saw with CoinMarketCap, these tokens become coins. Now, I bought a token in November for just 1 cent, and currently that coin is worth over 8 cents. So I've seen an 800% growth on my investment since November. Okay, and these reports that you can receive, had you have followed the recommendations as to what was listed in December, if you'd have followed the top 7 recommendations and put $300 into each, costing $2,100, those ICOs today would be worth over $48,000, literally within 2 months. Okay, so that report, I do recommend you get your hands on that, because if you take action, they could be very, very, very valuable recommendations. Okay, so more information. I think I talked about Warren Buffett, how, you know, don't work till you die, just trying to make a living. You do need a system, and you want a system that's going to create income for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. As a digital currency consultant, you can work locally, nationally, or internationally, and so that's fantastic. So let's look at these different income streams. Okay, so the first one here, I'm going to click on this. We can either click on the image or click on here where it's circled. This is going to take us through to what we call Power Mining Pool. And Power Mining Pool is one of the most popular mining pools. Now, there's a video here that plays. I'm not necessarily going to play the video. But I will play the video. Okay, so that's an introductory video talking about Power Mining Pool. And what Power Mining Pool do is they allow people to purchase shares in the mining pool. And this is really what's happening today. We've got many different mining pools around the world where people can purchase shares, and those shares purchase mining equipment. So once that mining equipment has been installed, these companies will manage, maintain and supervise that equipment 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And Power Mining Pool, they don't mine for Bitcoin, they mine, as you can see here, for what they consider to be the 7 most profitable cryptocurrencies. Profitable in terms of mining. Because if you remember when I was talking about Bitcoin a few moments ago, the complexity today means that the rate of production has slowed right down. It's a very valuable coin, but it's not the easiest coin to mine from a mathematical point of view. So therefore, this particular company, Power Mining Pool, are using all their resources to mine for these lesser known currencies. And what they actually do is once they've mined and produced these coins, they actually put these coins on the exchange, sell those coins, and they deposit those profits into your account every 3 hours. That's right, every 3 hours, as you can see there on that last slide. Every 3 hours, that's 8 times a day. Now I can say from my personal experience that on my own account, the return is normally, there's no guarantee on this, in fact they don't make any guarantees whatsoever, but I can tell you from my personal experience in the past that I've been receiving something like 1.07%, 1.08%, 1.09% per day on my shares. And what we can also do with this is we can set the account to automatically repurchase. Now, many of those in my team have actually started with 100 shares. Now, this won't be suitable for everybody, but if you're serious and you've got the financial resources to do so, then listen to what I'm going to say. These people who've started off with 100 shares costing €5,000 or around about 5,500 days, because they're generating about 1% per day, that means they're earning an average of €50 per day. And these shares cost €50 each. Now what you can do is you can set your account to automatically repurchase shares every time you have €50 in your account. And that means on day one, you will have not 100 shares, but you'll have 101 shares. And then day two, you'll have 102 shares, 103 shares, 104 shares, 105 shares. And what happens is the rate of purchase increases and increases at a faster rate because you've got more shares. And I've done a calculation that for those people who start off with 100 shares, you're going to have 5,580 shares in 600 days. And with Power Mining Pool, you do get paid 7 days a week. You're going to have 5,580 shares if you haven't made any withdrawals. And at that point, you're going to be earning €2,800 per day on your account. That's all for an outlay of €5,000. Now, if you was to refer 10 people, like I have, and if each of those 10 people have started off with 100 shares, you're going to actually double your income in 600 days. So those people are going to be earning €2,800 a day. And also, you're going to be earning €2,800 a day from your team. So if you start off with 100 shares and you refer 10 people to do the same, your daily income is going to be €5,600 per day. Now, I actually started my journey, as it were, with cryptocurrency with a company called BitClub Network. Now, I was watching a video just a couple of days ago, in actual fact. This was a number of multimillionaires on a private jet, and all these multimillionaires on this private jet were all people who started putting money into BitClub Network just about 3.5 years ago when I started. And these are all now multimillionaires from putting their money into Bit Club network. So you could do the same thing by putting your money into Power Mining Pool. Now, if you don't start off with 100, I mean, there are people who start off with more than 100. But if you don't start with 100, you might want to start with 50, or maybe 20, or maybe 10. But do make a start. There are no minimums, incidentally. If you want to start off with one share, that's fine also. But of course, once you've got a system, money makes money. Okay? Sorry about that. A lot of talking, obviously, can give you a bit of a dry throat. Right, so that is Power Mining Pool. Let's go back to the web page. I've given you quite a bit of understanding there about Power Mining Pool. We're now going to look at iMarkets Live. Now, I recommend that whatever your interest in trading of Forex and the cryptocurrency markets, that you do register with iMarkets Live as a customer. Because if you refer 2 customers as a customer, then you can have all your education for free. So do watch these videos. You're going to receive trading signals on a daily basis. David is one of the top income earners, but there are many people now with iMarkets Live making very significant incomes. So you can watch these videos. This is a really interesting video talking about the compensation plan. So for those people who are building a team, as I was talking about a few moments ago, you can earn up to $500,000 a month just with iMarkets Live once you've got a significant team. And these significant teams all start from the introduction of 3 people. So really what we're looking for with the promotion of GLOBIT is to find 3 people who fund these 4 different income streams. And in terms of starting with iMarkets Live, you can click here where it says click here to register. And on the next page, you're going to register as a customer. So let me just show you how that works. I'm going to click here where it says get started. And you're going to look for the little section which invites you to register as a customer, which is this section here. So you can be a customer or an IBO. IBO stands for Independent Business Operator. Now what we actually recommend is you start as a customer and don't become an IBO until you've referred 3 other customers. So this is where you click to become a customer, and you're going to fill out the registration form on this page. And I'm going to show you the cost of getting started. So on this page, you're going to put your name, your last name, email, going to confirm your email, phone, address, city, state, postcode or zip code, country. You can register from anywhere in the world virtually. You're going to put your date of birth, going to choose a username, a password, confirm your password, and in terms of the billing method, you can even pay with Bitcoin, as you can see, Bitcoin, or alternatively, if you prefer, you can purchase with either Visa or MasterCard. And on this section here, I'm going to recommend that you click this box here, which is the Platinum Package Elite. Okay, so that's going to cost you $225, and then it's a further $175 per month. And you're going to check this box, this one, and this one. This is going to show your enroller. In this case, this would be me. And you're going to click here that you're not a robot, and you're going to click here to create your account. Okay, and as I say, you can either pay with Visa, MasterCard, or with Bitcoin. And as I mentioned, it's going to cost you $225 per month and then $175 per month thereafter. Now, because you've registered as a customer, they have what they call 2 for free, which means that if you can find 2 people that want to create income using their smartphone 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, because the cryptocurrency markets, unlike the financial markets are only open 5 days a week. The cryptocurrency markets are open 7 days a week. So if you can find 2 people that would like to create income using their smartphone with trading signals that you're going to receive from iMarkets Live, with iMarkets Live TV, where they've got literally hundreds of hours worth of video tutorials, live trainings as well, you can become an expert trader. But provided you can refer 2 customers, then, and especially if you can do that quickly, then they are not going to charge your debit card 30 days later. And in fact, once you've referred 3 people, you can then upgrade to what we call an IBO, and that's going to cost you an additional $15 a month. But as an IBO with 3 customers, you're going to be earning $150 per month. So in actual fact, your outlay is almost covered. Now, when you help those 3 refer 3 people each who all want to create income with their smartphone, in the cryptocurrency market, your income is going to rise to $600 a week, and that's $150 per month. Now, this is my Visa debit card I've got with iMarkets Live. And this is a special card with a company called Paylution, and this will come in the post, of course. And every Friday, I receive my commission from iMarkets Live on this card. And as your team grows, you're going to start earning $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month, $10,000 a month, $50,000 a month, all the way up to more than $500,000 a month, with bonuses as you achieve all these different ranks. Okay, so that explains the value of iMarkets Live. Now let's go back to the web page, and let me show you 3T Networks. Now 3T Networks is quite amazing as well, and I'll show you why in just a few moments. Okay, so here we have 3T Networks. Okay, and this is the saving of cryptocurrency. So we've looked at the mining of cryptocurrency with the Power Mining Pool. We've looked at the trading of cryptocurrency with iMarkets Live. We're now going to look at the saving of cryptocurrency with 3T Networks. Now, what's so special about 3T Networks? Well, with 3T Networks, as you can see here, you can actually protect your Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies with a simple traffic light method where you log into your account. It'll either show red, yellow or green, so you'll know when to save and when to withdraw to protect your accumulated savings. You're also going to get this ICO report that we talked about previously, and that's going to offer you what they call a DFY, which is done for you buying club service. And so you can actually pay the money to 3T Networks. They will put the money into those ICOs, and it's all done for you. But what I like about 3T Networks is you can actually store your Bitcoin or any of your cryptocurrencies in a third-party exchange, so they don't actually have access to your money. But if you knew when to save in these currencies and when to withdraw, then the returns are going to be even better. Do you remember we were looking at how Bitcoin went up over 4% per day over the last 12 months? Now imagine if you were able to withdraw back into dollars or pounds or euros every time Bitcoin went down in value. Now take for example in December of 2017, Bitcoin went from $19,000 a coin down to less than $10,000 a coin. So it went down by 50%. Now, if you'd have been a member of the 3T network, you could have taken all your money out of Bitcoin in December, put it back into dollars or pounds, and then when it started to go back up again, use all those funds to purchase Bitcoin back at a lower price. So that's what 3T networks do. They show you when to buy and when to save. When to withdraw and when to buy. Here, this is important. If you haven't yet got a Coinbase account, or should I say a cryptocurrency wallet, this will show you where to get a currency wallet from. There's a video there showing you how to register. And the mission statement for 3T Network is to ensure their members have the greatest opportunity to become numbered among the list of new cryptocurrency millionaires. They've got proven success strategies and tools to protect and grow the members' wealth, both in traditional financial markets and the cryptocurrency markets too. Okay, so that's why I believe you should become a member of the 3T network. Now you can either join, there's two choices. You can either join costing $1,000, which is where I joined, or you could join at the $500 level. So everything is explained on these videos. So I'm going to go back to, just a second. There we go. I'm going to go back to the web page and look at the final method of creating income. And this is with robotic trading. So let's click on this one. Okay, so Crypto World Evolution connects to your chosen cryptocurrency exchange with Binance or Bittrex. So this is incredible. Do watch this video here and the one below, because this system allows you to open an account, for example, with Binance or Bittrex, and you can fund that account in dollars or pounds or euros. You can use those funds to purchase Bitcoin. And with that Bitcoin, you can purchase numerous different cryptocurrencies, and your account is going to be connected with an integration to Crypto World Evolution. And this is through an API integration. It's very, very simple. It takes seconds to activate. And you're going to have these robots trading all these different currencies on your behalf, and creating thousands of trades and potentially thousands of profits. And these trades are not closed until they create at least 1% profit per trade. Okay, so that's absolutely incredible. That really, really is incredible. This is the corporate team, the marketing advisors. And if you do want to register, then do get back to the person who referred you to this website, because it's invitation only. Okay, so coming back to the web page again, and I'm about to round off this video. We've now, it's 57 minutes, so I want to finish it within the hour. We've looked at 4 different income streams, and you'll have been referred by somebody to this web page, and we would highly recommend, and we'd like you to join us in this mission to expand the GLOBIT Academy around the world, and we'd like you to join the power mining pool so you can start mining with cryptocurrency. We'd like to join iMarkets Live. We'd like you to join 3T Networks, and we'd also like you to join Crypto World Evolution. So I'd like to thank you for your time. You've seen a lot of information there, and now you can speak to people with more authority on the subject of cryptocurrency than what you might have been able to do previously. So I'd like to thank you for your time, for your interest. Do get back to the person who referred you to this web page, and if you have any questions, of course, then do arrange a webinar or a webinar basically, or a 3-way call. That's what I was looking for, a 3-way call or a webinar with either me or one of my leaders, because you don't need to be an expert to help, to build a team here, because we work as a team. So if you have someone that's interested but has questions and you're new to this business, then don't try and answer those questions. Do arrange for a 3-way call with either me or one of my team leaders, and we will help to answer the questions on behalf of your new prospect. So as I say, thank you for your time. Do have a great day. Do take action, and I wish you all the very, very best in the world of cryptocurrency. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a great day.